a job. So, Mr. Giron, it says here on your application that you've discovered the cure for cancer, graduated college with a 4.8 GPA, and a master's degree in psychology. Seems like you would be perfect for this job. Oh, sweet. When do I start? Oh, how about no? Wait, what? You just said I was perfect for the job. Yeah, but you have no experience. We need a minimum of 5 years of experience. But this is an entry-level job. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, Mr. Giron. But we have to continue with other prospects. Job hunting in 2025 in a nutshell. Is it just me, or has it become a million times harder to get a job? It seems like a couple years ago we were able to go into a store for a job and get hired that same week. But ever since COVID happened and people abandoned their jobs to either start a business or scam or do both, honestly, it seems like getting a job has gotten more complicated, to say the least. Finding a job has got to be the most horrible, grueling experience anyone can go through. I wouldn't wish this on my own worst enemy. I've spent countless hours just filling out applications on Indeed, half of which don't even include how much you get paid. Like, what's going on here? You think I'm going to work for free? The whole point of a job is to make money, bread, dollars. The jobs I apply for don't even respond, if I'm being honest. And you would think this is happening because I choose the jobs I'm not qualified for. But when Ronald McDonald himself is denying you for a job, you're going to feel some type of way. Like, what do you mean I'm not getting the job? You only have 2 employees. Yeah, we're looking into doing some budget cuts soon. But on the off chance that the job I actually applied for responds, they will put me through this rigorous interview process. In my experience, this is normally how it goes. There's a series of interviews that goes on. There's a group interview, a second round interview, then an in-person interview. Some jobs like retail, they even have you complete an actual test on what would you do in certain situations. What would you do if a tornado hit? I don't know, run? My bad, gang. I didn't realize I was interviewing for the CIA. And why do jobs always ask the stupidest question during a job interview? So, Mr. Giron, what made you apply for the job opening today? Because you were hiring? And don't you dare tell them the truth either. That will end your interview in a flash. So check it. I was at this job interview with this one lady, and she says to me, what motivates you to work? I was so perplexed by this question, I just started laughing out hysterically because there is no way she could be serious, right? She was dead serious. Sadly enough, I did not get that job, but who asks somebody what motivates them to work? Bro, the only reason I'm applying for a job, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I need money. What motivates me to work? Money? The heck? Should have shut up. There will also be those jobs that just ask you the most out-of-box, creative, stupid questions imaginable. If you were a fish, what color would you be? But I normally ace the job interview process. Hall of Fame badges on deck. LeBron James, holla at me. You can't touch me, son. But the jobs I always get offered are the jobs that are 1.5 hours away from my house. Why in the world do I have to go all the way to Timbuktu just to get a job? To make it worse, I don't have a car. So, yeah, I think I'm good with what I have. It seems like to get a job in my area, I have to climb Mount Everest, kill a mockingbird, become a Z-fighter, and find a cure for cancer. By the time I do all of that, I won't need a job. But let's just say I do all of that and get a job. Now, all of my problems are finally over, right? Wrong. You naive, stupid child. Now you have to work to keep your job, which is easier said than done. There's jobs that will pay you minimum wage and expect you to move the earth. Luckily, I got a job as a door clerk where all I do is stand for 7 hours and say hi to people. That's not that hard, right? But I left that job a couple months ago to do my own thing. Plus, they was trying to fire me. And I made a vow, no, a promise to myself that I would never, ever, 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 ever go back to that job again. So I recently started working as a door clerk again, but that's a story for another day. God bless, and until next time, Giron out.